I'm showing like my family group chat, right? My phone will be shut off all the time. That is my family group chat. This is my father, this is my little sister, and it is me. This is my brother, this is my mother, and this is my father. This is Kelly one, right? And I will show you. I'll show you in here. Check information. Check information. This is my father's cell phone number. My father, my sister, my brother, my mother, my father. I have 2 accounts. View Kelly one. This is my cell phone number, okay? And this is my the one like for only a month cell phone. 217-991-3365. I don't use that cell phone anymore. So this is like my family check. So I'm talking with them like the problem is like Abana Middle School principal. He is an African, right? So how can he get the principal position? Is that because of me? Because it is like protest to me, or the government give me the punishment and then to work for African community. So they changed the whole school to the African community. So do you want to use the like census data or are fake? How can it be 20% of the US population are African? Is that possible? 20% of the US population are African. It means like the whole African country came to the United States. Oh, don't say like this. Africa also like very crowded, very populated, a lot of population. Even a lot of population. The whole African country is only central region of the United States, right? 1/4 of the United States. So in United States, the whole United States is 100%. 20% means like 1/5 of the United States. Am I right? So 1/5 of the United States means like almost like Africa is at the whole country. Is that possible? People think with your own head. So I'm not going to argue with that one. So I prove you that like kind of like United States of America give me the punishment and then made me to work for the African. So they gave me the job at the Abana Middle School only. When I started working at the Abana Middle School, the students are not all African. Right? Only 30% of the students are African. But after a month later, all of the students, 500 students, out of 500, 450 are African students. Last semester. Not last semester. It is like spring 2022, right? Last semester, fall 2022, it became like 600 students. 500 are African students. Is that possible? Yeah, it is possible. Right now, not only Abana Middle School, every school are all African. Is that possible? Why? Is that government operation? Okay, I don't want to talk about the government operation. Anyway, the government even want to show me the protest, right? So at Abana Middle School, not only Abana Middle School, every school, either middle school, high school, elementary school, the government is feeding free food for breakfast, lunch, and supper, not supper, evening food. So is that forcing Chinese people to sleep with African and Middle East or all lower races? So American government spent a lot of money to feed a lot of people right now. So the government, US government supported all lower races, especially Middle East, Indian, African, Myanmar, Thailand, South Asian, right? All those people, Chinese cannot sleep, Chinese cannot eat. Chinese cannot eat means Chinese cannot sleep, or Chinese cannot go out for a date or give their friendship. Everybody know that one. Because of that one, US government spent a lot of money, give me the protest. Is that possible? Am I insane? So I'm declaring myself from here that I am also Chinese spy. But I don't have proof. All of my knowledge for against African discrimination lawsuit. This is like Chinese government plan for all those stuff and teaching me in my mind since I was 15-year-old, right? My father sleep with a Myanmar woman since I was 9th grade or 10th grade, right? High school. So it means like since I was 15 or 16-year-old. How old am I? I'm 44-year-old right now. So it means like 30 years ago, I started learning all the discrimination problem, right? So it means like the government plan for all those stuff. So if you want to call me, I'm the Chinese spy, then you can call me Chinese spy, right? President Joe Biden, yesterday, today, what day we are right now? February 6, 2023. February 4 or February 3rd. At the news, President Joe Biden and also all the congresswomen, Majority Taylor Greene, they announced that like they shoot down the Chinese spy balloon, right? I'm also declare myself I'm also Chinese spy too, because Chinese government plan for all those discrimination to against African and all the United States and all the lower races at the United States. So they plan everything. Since I was 15-year-old, I don't have proof. My uncle, my father cousin, my uncle who live at the Yangon, he is also undercover too. I already talked to my uncle for that one. My uncle, even maybe he didn't understand my English. I said undercover, right? But he agreed that like he's an undercover. So right now, when you check, he might not admit that like, oh, can he even say like undercover? He didn't listen it. He didn't understand English. Anyway, I call him. I let him know that like, he's an undercover of the Chinese. I also declare myself that like kind of like in my mind, they taught me discrimination lawsuit because my father had the affair or my father sleep with a Myanmar woman. But because my father is a millionaire at the time, 30 years ago, right? Not even 30 years ago. When did we become rich? After I passed the high school. So it means like 25 years ago or 27 years ago, right? So I was 18-year-old after I passed the high school, before I attended a medical school at Myanmar. So anyway, the main concept is I'm also like Chinese spy or Chinese government plan for all the discrimination lawsuit against United States. If you don't believe, you will check by yourself or you will ignore it. But I'm against discrimination problem in here because I'm like kind of like opposing, oh, you need to give understanding. You need to lead African. You need to let Africa into your community. You need to give friendship, relationship, all those stuff I'm against right now. Even discrimination lawsuit exist, equally treated as exist, store-friendly policy exists, right? And Marriage Act exists. Every lawsuit existed. I am against. I'm against for that one right now. It is not fair for about races. Even discrimination lawsuit equally treated American culture, store-friendly policy, Marriage Act existed. Even African, Middle East, Indian, or South Asian, Myanmar, Thailand, they are very poor and they behave like they're low class or they are homeless. I cannot give understanding like this way. The way they are asking for understanding is give them friendship and marry to them. If you can do it, then do it. We don't even need a discrimination lawsuit. Some people can do it, some people cannot. Don't force everyone. Don't force like 100%. Not discrimination. I mean like not mistreated 100% acceptable, but 100% not mistreated, including for micromanagement. You are supposed to talk to them all the time. That factor, if you are put into the discrimination feature as a discrimination feature, then you are extremely giving understanding to the all lower races. Do you understand what I just said? If you don't understand, then rewind or repeat what I said. because you might not understand my accent. Or maybe this is like kind of like lawsuit problem, right? Should I need to repeat one more time? Discrimination lawsuit is it? Equally treated is it? Marriage is it? As long as we don't mistreat them, then we are fine. But mistreated, definition of mistreated, you will define that as a micromanagement. If you do not let all lower races to be your friend or to get fucked by them as a spouse or dating or relationship, you are not a good woman and you discriminated to them. You break that discrimination lawsuit. See the differences? If you are making a comment discrimination like this way, if you are define the definition of the discrimination like this way as a micromanagement, then you are trying to do 100% no discrimination in the United States. Everybody has their own right. Someone will like lower races, some will not like lower races. But what did I say? But in United States, all are upper races right now, American and Chinese. So it means like same means like maybe 99.9999% of the American and Chinese cannot give friendship and relationship to the all lower races. That is universal true, accept that one. So if you see like 99.999999% cannot go out with the African or all lower races, so we need to fix them by showing the lawsuit, discrimination lawsuit. It is not acceptable. United States is doing like this way. Because of the way I am against the discrimination lawsuit, that I'm pointing out to the public that the lawsuit should not behave like this way. Don't give me an excuse that all the lower races are very poor and almost homeless. I already see the situation, right? All lower races, especially Middle East, Indian, African, because of their skin, because of their job, they are almost homeless for American and Chinese. Because of that one, we shouldn't let them in as a friend or as a spouse relationship. Are we all clear for that one? Discrimination lawsuit existed, but definition of discrimination don't define by using micromanagement. I repeat 3 times. If you don't understand my definition, or if you are going to restrict the law and try to shape all the people in the United States not to have the discrimination minded, or if you want all American and Chinese to let all lower races into their community or give them friendship or spouse relationship, don't do that. 100% is not possible, right? Chinese are doing 100% discriminated to the lower races. That's possible. Chinese are doing 100% discrimination. Discrimination means like don't give them friendship and spouse relationship. They are working together. They give promotion. Some people give job to the all lower races. I didn't promise that like Chinese will hire all lower races. Some people cannot hire all lower races because of why? The lower races, when we hire lower races, for example, I hire African. The woman, they are also Americanized. They also want to love my father or my brother or my husband, right? Right? Who is he? Former Representative Peter Maya, right? This is his photo, right? See that one? So like, even the one I'm claiming that like he is my boyfriend, right? But like he will not agree that way. He will back up. He will back off, right? Why? Like he is a billionaire, but is he really a billionaire? No, he's a fake one. Because the one I know, billionaire, real Peter Maya, right? Michigan store. His father owned a Maya store. The corporate base is at Michigan, so it is called Maya grocery store. the owner Hendrik Meyer son is a Peter Meyer, his name. But this guy is already gone. This is like undercover, right? And then like when I asked for help from him and his father, they changed him. They put the like Congressman Peter Meyer into the Peter Meyer position, right? So it is called undercover. And at the same time, his wife suddenly showed up and she claimed herself that she is his wife, right? We all know that like we are facing that problem. Even at work, Indian, African, they try to compete with the American and Chinese. They began to show that Chinese and American that like they have manager position. The store hire them, right? For example, I just got hired at the Maya store. It was like 2019. I hire at the general merchandise for garden center, and then I promoted to the baby section. Suddenly, I got a job for inventory, but they didn't give me the inventory position. They gave me the downstocker position, right? Downstocker position. But when I went to the floor, on the floor, I am as a downstocker. Indian woman showed up. What is her? Alexis showed up and she claimed herself that she is an inventory. Technically, I am inventory worker. But inventory worker is a very precious, right? The higher position. American old woman didn't want to give me that position. We all know that one. So if American old woman didn't want to give me position, how come Indian woman got the position? Because everybody know that I have the problem. I have the story with, not problem. I have the affair. I have the secret relationship with the store writer of the George Gilman of the Champagne Maya. Right? This is not, I'm not the only one facing that problem. Right? If you don't believe, check it. People are using, Africans are using all American woman power. Right? All American woman, she want to break up the relationship. If she didn't agree and she break up the relationship, she used to do that Indian or African embroidery and show Chinese, Korean, Japanese, even Middle East, South Asian, they show that one. Or they don't hire you, they already hired the woman. Indian woman show up and then she claimed herself that she's an inventory specialist. So we are facing that kind of situation. Even like Indian woman, Indian manager, African manager, African HR, they show up on the floor by themselves. And then they say like, oh, they have manager position, they have district manager position. We are facing that problem right now. Right? Even like African population are 20% according to the census data. What should we need to do? That kind of lie, right? Why African and Indian and Middle East are getting power in the United States right now? Why poor American and poor Chinese are weak at the United States? Why? Because all American women need to fix. Because she didn't want to give. The problem is, what is the problem? That all the manager position are rich American. So all American women, when rich American escape from poor American and poor Chinese, married to the poor Chinese and poor American because of the class and race discrimination. But everybody can have class and race discrimination, right? This is your right. I mean, like, we have discrimination laws to exist, right? Discrimination laws to exist. Like this guy, billionaire. When he liked me, all American women will break up the relationship. This is their right. They have their own right. They can break up the relationship. I have my own right. I can say that like they discriminated to me. Is that fair and square? Square, right? Because he also want to, not he was in love with me, so he want to keep the relationship. But his family, his environment, his American environment, they think like I'm almost homeless, right? I shouldn't have affair or relationship with him. So it is practically normal, right? I can say it is called discrimination because like I got discriminated. But from his side, from his family side, from his community side, billionaire left almost homeless. Too good to be true, right? So I dream about that one too. Am I right? Am I right? So discrimination problem, how should we need to solve? I have that kind of billionaire boyfriend and also like government operation. Indian woman claim herself that like she is the wife of that billionaire. Also, I got a problem with the Indian woman at work 2019. Alexis, I was inventory specialist. And an old American woman know that I have affair with the Josh Kimman. Josh Kimman didn't admit that one. Josh Kimman even give me the next talking court order. I need to stay away from him starting from August 8, 2020 to August 7, 2022. The court order is like finished only like 4 months ago. Right? Right now, which year are we in right now? 2023. My court order, this time from the George Kimman, ended last year, August 7, 2022. Am I right? Before, when I got during the court order, I met with him. Even I met with him, the problem is that his wife, Gabriela, it's the same shit happen again and again. And even like in the United States, all the district manager, every store show up and all are African. Is that possible? If African and Indian all got store director and district manager position, what are we? We means like American and Chinese. Are we stupid? We don't have education, so we got the lowest position. Why African and Indian got the highest position? It's pretty normal, right? All American women give them position. Why? Government operation. Because they are poor. They are almost homeless, right? Their races are very lowest race. Can they accept that one if I say that like this from here? I'm telling you the truth, right? It sounded like discrimination. Not sounded, it is totally discrimination. But it is reality. It is the truth. Their races are very lower, the lowest. All cannot accept their races. How come they got the highest position? District manager position, store director position. Am I right? This is called discrimination lawsuit we are facing right now. Is it possible? Census data possible? Number one. Census data possible? 20% African in the United States. The whole African country is only 1/5 of the 1/4 or 1/5 of the United States. Right? 1/4 or 1/5 of the United States. In here, 20% of the United States population are African. Is that possible? No, right? Oh, you mean like it's possible all over the world? Really? It is not possible, okay? Okay, so census data is not right. Number two, why did they get all the highest position? Because all the American and Chinese are stupid, no-brainer, no education. That's not possible, right? These two factors are not possible. So it is government operation, right? Now, every school, either middle school, high school, or elementary school, even middle school, the student is a 600 student. 500 are African. Is that possible? I'm not retarded. So, because they want to do the protest with me, so the government pay for breakfast, lunch, and evening food for free to the African student, 500 African student, not only at the Abana Middle School, every school, elementary school, high school. High school is close to there, next to the Abana Middle School. All African. So what should we need to do for that one? How should I need to see that one? In this situation, I got protest, right? Very obvious, I got protest. And then even like US government spent a lot of money to feed all the African. And then African, Abana Middle School, principal, he claimed that like, I am his wife because I am poor. Is that possible? Shame on you, principal and African environment and African community. What did they call me? They call me a hoe. Why did they call me a hoe? I cannot check out with the African. I cannot work for African. I cannot talk to the African as a friend at work. All are discrimination feature. What did I say? What did I give defense? I have my own human right. We work together. If you need to talk to me as a professional, job related, you can talk to me. No more extra personal talk. Period. If you want to use the lawsuit on me, you can use the lawsuit on me. Right? Oh, you are doing like, you discriminated to me. You didn't talk to me at work. I talked to you for job related stuff, not for personal stuff. No, this is also discrimination. You didn't talk to me. You didn't allow me to stay next to you. You didn't treat me like a friend. You didn't treat me like a co-worker friend. I don't want to hear all those stuff. You have your own right. I have my own right. We work together. We coexist together. We got a job at the same store together. You work by yourself, I work by myself. Teamwork, friendly, store policy existed. Discrimination lawsuit existed. Equality treated existed. Even you use so many factors. I have my own right. If it is not job related, don't talk to me. No more extra word. Because different races existed at work. Because of the paycheck, sure, I need to talk to you. Do you want to use discrimination lawsuit, equally treated, Marriage Act on me to get a friendship and relationship, spouse relationship? Shame on you, African and all lower races community, all the people. Discrimination lawsuit existed. Even discrimination lawsuit existed. You cannot use discrimination lawsuit like this way. Even 99.99999% of the American and Chinese didn't talk to the all lower races. You can even use discrimination lawsuit. You can even use any lawsuit. Even without lawsuit, you cannot force American and Chinese like this way. You have your own right. I have my own right. If you don't agree that way, we can talk at the court. But I will lose the case because discrimination lawsuit existed. But if you keep trying on everyone, every single American and Chinese, do you think discrimination lawsuits will be continue for after 5 years, 10 years, or decade, 1 decade, or 1 century? Think with your own head. If you want to twist the law and shape the people not to have discrimination, mind it, you will not win the case. For a long time, for a long run, I will win the case. For right now, if we talk at the court, because of the discrimination lawsuit, the way you twist it, the way you shape as a micromanagement, I might lose the case. Are we all clear for that one?